Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Brahmacharya Saharidas Thakur Prem Sikahol Sukrishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadar Shivasadi Govakta Vipita Sri Radha Krishna Yekutupanath Swami Purva Radha Purva Purva Shri Vrindavan Dham Shri Maya Purva Dham Purva Ganga Demuti Purva Kalsi Bhakti Purva Amagata Bhakta Vinita Dharma Purva Harinam Sankirtan Jaya, all glory to the assembled authors. All glory to the So this morning I'm going to read from Madhya Lila chapter 13, beginning with text 178, for those who like to follow along with their reading. Now I'm not going to read the Bengali of this one, maybe some later one, but I can read the English. Madhya Lila chapter 13, text 179. Yes, Madhya Lila. Chapter 13, text 179. This chapter is entitled The Ecstatic Dancing of the Lord at Rath Yatra. When I read Bengali, I mess it up really bad, so I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to read the English. Unless there's something very interesting, will I read that Bengali. Lord Jagannath and Lord Balaram sometimes stopped the car and happily observed Lord Chaitanya's dancing. Anyone who was able to see them stopped and watched the dancing, borne witness to their pastimes. There's no purport. Madhya Lila, chapter 13, verse 179. Actually, there's no purport for quite a while, for at least 3 or 4 more. Well, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4 more, 5 more before there's a purport. So I'm just going to keep reading until we get to the purport. Perhaps I might stop along the way, I'm not sure. We'll see if we get there. Text 180. When Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing and wandering in this way After seeing the king, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu condemned him, saying, "Oh, how pitiful it is that I have touched a person who is interested in mundane affairs." Not even Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Keshaswara, or Govinda took care of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he fell down. Nityananda was in great ecstasy, and Keshaswara and Govinda were elsewhere. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had already been satisfied by the king's behavior, for the king had accepted the service of a sweeper for Lord Jagannath. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually desired to see the king. Text 185. However, just to warn his personal associates, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, externally expressed feelings of anger. Purport. When Mahaprabhu Prachapurudra asked to see the Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately refused, saying, "This Kinchana Bhagavan Mujanandanu Kashana Param Jagana Bhaga Ramasya Sundarasham Visva Dinam Ata Yosinamja Hata Visva Bhakasham Vilpi Sadhu from Caitanya-caritamrta, Nataka, 823. The word Niskinjanasya refers to a person who has finished his material activities. Such a person can begin to execute his activities in Krishna consciousness to cross over the ocean of nescience. It is very dangerous for such a person to have intimate relationships with mundane people, or to become intimately related with women. This formality is to be observed by anyone who is serious about going back home, back to Godhead. To teach his personal associates these principles, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expressed external anger when touched by the king, since the Lord was very much satisfied with the humble behavior of the king. He intentionally allowed the king to touch him, but externally he expressed anger just to warn his personal associates. Now, I don't know where we are essentially in spiritual life. I'm actually thinking that most of us think that we are more elevated than we actually are. No? So, if that happens to be the case, these verses are very, very important for us. If we are thinking that we are more elevated than we are, then we're going to fall into the association of those non-devotees very easily. We'll become entranced in their material activities. We'll become absorbed in those material activities. Getting into the mundane consciousness. We really don't want to do that kind of thing. Because this will be pulling us back into the material world, away from Krishna's association. We really don't want to stay here for another birth. We'd like the end of this lifetime, or maybe sooner, by the mercy of some great sage. Get out of this material world. This enticement of the material world is not where we want to stay. We would like to depart from the spiritual world, to be in Krishna's eternal association like we were originally. We came to this material world because we were very much wrapped up in spiritual life, but we made a mistake. We started to think that we were greater than Krishna. Even though we were directly in Krishna's association. This is why the living entity comes to this material world. This is a place for reformation. To give up our behavior and take up the behavior. Take up that behavior of I am great. I don't know why, but I frequently think about some of the things that I saw when I was a new devotee. When I was a new devotee, there was so much vibrant activity in the temple. So many inspiring things going on. And now, I don't really see it at all. By inspiring, I mean that it was very lively. We used to have, at the Sunday feast, 2 or 3 plays or little short skits explaining Krishna consciousness, sort of like